Just out of curiosity, I just thought about this. How do you think if your dad were part of this conversation,
Right.
what would he say?
This is very conceptually sort of how my dad thinks. And
Mhm.
maybe he's never used the term IBC to me, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's pretty familiar with it because he does like to use leverage and other people's money to invest and have that be an opportunity for us to make money. And they're going to make money too, obviously. But he retired. I think we talked about this the
Right.
last time. So he was literally like going to get a mortgage while he still had his income, W 2 income, because you can,
Right. To
but
make sure he could tap into
yeah.
leverage.
And he's getting up there in age and those kinds of things. So for him and I, especially if we were looking at doing another rental property together, some other kind of investment, we are automatically kind of have to go out of the box because we don't want to use all of our own capital to fund something. So this would be interesting. Be, it almost seems like the people who can utilize the all-in-one are the same people who would deploy the vehicle of an IBC
Right.
Mm-hmm.
because we do have to go to a third party and ask for money, and then they need to kind of vet everything, which is always a process. But if we owned the entity that had capital that we could lend for a specific purpose or investment, and then all of it makes money, I think
So,
that's
because
a win.
you obviously are familiar with the all-in-one, and you've heard a little bit about the infinite banking concept so far. So, do you feel like they're more synergetic or redundant?
I think both, depending on the type of person and what they want to do. I think, like you said, my kids might not have to get a mortgage, but would they want to get a mortgage?
Right.
Do you
Does
know
it
what I
make
mean?
sense? Because they
Like, are they
leverage
going to
that
go buy
asset.
another house
Right.
and have two houses and have, one become their asset and equity in that house and then have another be, an investment property or,
Right.
another real estate holding or what have you. So I think for the person that doesn't want a lot of risk or they don't have sort of the time or the mental energy to sort of look at investing in another way, I think maybe just the all in one. And then same thing, if it's someone who's not going to qualify for an all in one for whatever reason, they don't own a home, maybe they kind of live remotely and kind of here or there, or don't have the equity or a partner that's not on board with it, then maybe something like the IBC makes more sense. But I think not to generalize, but I think maybe for people like us, people like my dad that want to do both,
Right.
I think they could work synergistically.
Yeah.